Wait, what did he say? Oh my goodness. So it seems that during one of my infamous live streams, when I was going over and having a reaction video to the 1 versus 20 Jubilee video when they were talking about reparations and Black American history and whatnot, it seems that I may have said a few terse words, a little, colorful language into regards to one of the individuals, the Angolan, okay? And it got back to him and he made a post about this. And you know what? After doing some reflection and seeing ways that I could have improved what I said, I just want to make an apology. And I would like to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody. That's correct. I'm not apologizing for anything that I said. Everything that I said is 100% accurate in that live stream. Everything that I said we should do is 100% what I believe we should do. 100%. The fact that this goofball is going to come here from South Africa, come over here and look for employment as a Steven from Django.
I miss you like a hog miss flop.
That's what you doing? You looking for employment as Raccoon? That lets me know that you have no future. And here's the thing, we've come across people like this before. I remember, what's his name? I can't remember, the little goofy dude that was doing the same exact thing. I understand there is a business employing raccoons here in this country. There is a business in employing Sambos here in this country. There is a business behind anti-blackness in this country. But rest assured, Black Americans have got to put an end to it. So when this fool goes and put out a tweet talking about, oh, he proved my point, we need to have discussion that if I say something that you don't like, you just want to go to violence. Let me just say this. The fact of the matter is, I have nothing to say to your Angolan butt. That's what I have to say. Go back to Angola, okay? What you should do is make Angola great again. How about that? Don't come over here to Black American territory trying to tell us how we're wrong and how we're not oppressed and how there is no redlining. Take your goofy butt, take you and your parents. As a matter of fact, we need to find out where you live so we can call ICE to make sure you are actually a citizen, to make sure that your visa hasn't expired, because you probably shouldn't be here to begin with, okay? I need to go back in my phone and call Trump and be like, listen, I found one, all right? That's what needs to happen, because you need to take your little goofy self, your little anti-black, Sambo, tap dancing, minstrel self, and go back to Angola.
like a baby. Miss Mammy's titty.
Go make Angola great again. Matter of fact, maybe I'll go to Angola. That's what I'll do. And I'll tell the Angola people of how lazy they are. Why y'all got dirt roads? Don't y'all want to lift yourself up by the bootstrap? Don't you want to be better? Don't you see how the Black Americans are killing it? Why do y'all want to be poor over here? Just stop being poor. Why don't you lift yourself up by the bootstraps? You know, the Chinese, why you have to depend on the Chinese to build your railroads? Why you have to depend on the Chinese to build your infrastructure? Why do you have to depend on them? Aren't you guys Angolan? Huh? Can't you guys lift up your community? How about I go and do something like that? Huh? Wouldn't that be nice? How about we start making visits to every African area, every African city, country, everywhere, okay? We go to Nigeria, we go to Kenya, we go to all these places, and we become the anti-blacks of Nigeria, the anti-blacks of Kenya, and see how that benefits as far as the native people of that land. I bet y'all probably wouldn't like that. So you're gonna have to riddle me this, why y'all would send a goofball like this over here with his goofball parents, okay, because it's a lineage of evil. That's what that is. Just so we're clear, he is a lineage of evil. Come over here to be what? A minstrel show? That's as best as you can do, pimpin'? Huh? I'm trying to understand. Is it so bad over where you come from that the height, the pinnacle of success is to be a white ignorance bootstrap? Huh? Is to be a white ignorance floor mat? So you can be tap dancing and chucking and jiving, do jazz hands. Is that what it is? Is it that bad over there? If you don't miss me with this nonsense, I got nothing to say to you goofies that are coming over here from other countries. Whether it's Dinesh D'Souza, whether it's Patrick Bet-David, whether it's this goofball, where's the lot of y'all? Tulsi Gabbard, the list goes on, okay? Y'all come over here and y'all promote this anti-black hatred. Y'all come over here and y'all think that if you change your name, okay, Nikki Haley, that if you change your name and you just get in line with the racism here that you'll be okay, that you'll go unscathed. And you got a newsflash, bro. You got a newsflash. So everything I said, 100%, because I want to let you, I want people to tell me where I'm wrong, okay? You tell me when Ben Shapiro has ever debated a Nazi. You tell me a Jewish person that has ever debated a Nazi or debated a Holocaust denier. You tell me how they have platformed these people. You tell me when that has happened. I don't recall it ever. Okay, I don't recall it ever. Because when you do something like that, what do? There is strict and swift consequences. Your bank account's frozen. You never work in the industry again. You can't get a job anywhere. You are finito. You are donezo. All right. So that's all I'm saying. When it comes to goofies like this Angolan, all right, and his family, they shouldn't be able to work anywhere. There should be constant round-the-clock protests to the point that they have to go back to South Africa. Damn. That's what should happen. They should have to take their passport or ICE come and get them and kick their butts out of here. That's what should happen. Because I'm not going to sit down and debate and converse. Why don't you have discourse? No, you can miss me with this nonsense. I'm not having discourse with a Nazi. I'm not having a discourse with a white supremacist. I'm not having discourse with a Klans member. You can miss me with this nonsense. They expect us to constantly deal with uncivil people in a civil manner. We saw what happened when they wanted, hey, no taxation without representation. We saw what these mofos did. How is it that every group of people have responded in violence or like so? But when it comes to Black Americans, we can't. Okay, because here's the real hustle. They're always going to see you as a violent person. They're always going to see you as the N-word. They're always going to see you as less than. So when you have people who try to hold that against you, well, I would have listened to you, but you curse too much. Well, I would have listened to you, but I can't listen to someone who dresses like that. That is respectability politics, and that is bullcrap. Because at the end of the day, they don't care for Jasmine Crockett, and they don't care for Barack Obama. Okay, but at the end, but what they will praise and celebrate is this goofball, this white ignat in the White House who's cursing up a storm, who's destroying the economy, and they'll praise every single thing he does. They'll praise a rapist, a pedophile rapist, okay, on Epstein Island and everything, but they'll say, oh, Barack Obama, I'm not voting for him. They'll try and say, oh, Jasmine Crockett is ghetto, even though she's more educated than the majority of these ignats, okay? So please don't fall for that. Please don't try and make them feel like, oh, you should have done this. If I'd only done this, maybe they would have accepted me. That'll never happen. And just go back to as far as the words of action, not violence, but action. Yes, I think this Angolan should be kicked to the moon. Matter of fact, I go on to say in the live stream that he should be sent directly to the sun.
He's out of line, but he's right.
That's what should happen to anti-black racists. That's what should happen to white supremacists. That's what should happen to Nazis. We can add anti-Semitics to the list. That's 100% what should happen to those people, because you are trying to single-handedly undermine the country. You are trying to destroy the country. You are not trying to make it better. You're trying to make it worse. You are trying to take us back to where we were, okay? Instead of trying to progress us and move us forward to a united country. We can't do that when we have Nazis. We can't do that with people saying, well, there was no redlining. We can't do that with people who are saying, well, there was no Holocaust. We can't do that, bruh. That's not happening. So as I said before, no, we are not going to give any form of credibility by sitting down with an anti-black Sambo minstrel, okay, and debating, oh, we're going to debate whether systemic racism existed. We're going to debate whether redlining existed. No, what we do is we put you in a box and we ship you to the sun. Damn. That's what should happen, 100%. And I don't want to hear from anyone, okay? Because whether you Jewish, Muslim, Christian, doesn't matter, all right? Old Testament, New Testament. That God killed women, children, and men because their hearts were so hardened. Hell, you look at what he did to Pharaoh. He tried to give them chances. Have we not given chances to the lineage of evil? Have we not? Huh? Have we not constantly tried to, well, what if we do this? What do we negotiate? How about this? Well, I know reparations really isn't a handout. Have we not? What happened eventually? Eventually, God said, you know what? We're going to yeet the firstborn. That's what we're going to do. And the firstborn died. All right? Firstborn died. Killed children. Killed men. Killed women. That's what happened. So you can miss me with this civility and just, well, if we just pray really hard, maybe they'll stop lynching us. If we just pray really hard, maybe they'll stop killing us unjustifiably. If we just pray really hard, maybe the laws will just magically change. You can miss me with this nonsense. What needs to happen is action. And the best way to communicate with these people is how they've been communicating with us. They communicated with us with Breonna Taylor. They communicated with us with Elijah McClain. And they communicated with us with Willie McCoy, Trayvon Martin, George Floyd. And every single time they communicated with us, whose fault was it? Was it their fault? No, it was our fault. Even when they were protesting, oh, that's horrible what happened to George Floyd, they got to thinking like, wait, hold on. That was a black person. What am I doing protesting a black person? I don't know what I was thinking. And what do? They come now to say that, hey, Derek Chauvin is innocent. He was wrongfully imprisoned. You can't trust these demons, bruh. And I don't know how many people need to hear this. They've shown us their true colors time and time again. And for whatever reason, you Negroes reading the slave Bible or something, I'm going to turn the other cheek. Oh, you know what? I'll let God forgive them. No, that's not how that works. Even God didn't do that. God knew that these people were so evil. Bro, it got to a point where he flooded the earth, fam. All right? So you can miss me with this pacifism or whatever y'all got. You have to fight fire with fire. Okay? Because if you don't, you're going to be consumed. That's what will happen. What does it say? Hey, how does evil win if good men do nothing?
Wake up, nigga.
It's as simple as that. And how do they get this country? They didn't get this country through, well, let's have civil discourse. We got it through a war. We didn't get as far as freedom through, well, let's have civil discourse. They got it through a civil war. And even then, they still try and lie and say, well, the Civil War was for us to free the blacks. That's what it is. No. It was for you to preserve the Union and the other people for them to keep their slaves. So miss me with this nonsense. Everything. What happens? Because you have to see this. Martin Luther King Jr., they love quoting his butt, but they killed him nonetheless. Did they not? Did they not? He wasn't doing anything. Hey, we're going to rise up and kill these people and kill the cracker. He wasn't saying anything like that. They killed him just as fast as they killed Malcolm X. They killed him just as fast as they killed Fred Hampton. These fools will destroy an entire block to get one Negro. They will carpet bomb an entire block. This is what you're dealing with. So when you have these buffoons, these minstrels that are being imported here, no, you address them how you need to address them. You address them as God addresses evil. You address them as a lineage of evil, as a wicked person sent here to destroy the country, to destroy your livelihood, to destroy everything you seek as precious. This man has come out and talking about, oh, yeah, I'm the new Jesse Lee Peterson.
If you want to say that I'm the new Jesse Lee Peterson, I am. Cry about it.
Beta.
This is who they are, bruh. There is no giving them, maybe he's just, misinformed. No, this is a lineage of evil. As he says, he got these ideas from his parents. And his parents probably got them from the black Sambos that are already here. We have got to have a filtering that goes on. And it seems the only group of people that can't filter, that can't chastise their own, are black people. Jews will be the first one to say, hey, you're a self-hating Jew. If you ever see a Jewish person talk about, oh no, the people in Palestine, that is rightfully theirs, they should stay here, you'll have a million Jews talking about, you don't know what you're talking about. How can you say that? You're a Jew.
Come from Israel. Our people come from Israel. You have from your people.
Zionism is a political movement which is causing bloodshed. What is a bloodshed?
That's where our family is from. I'm from Israel. How did you hold that flag?
This is because the actions of the Zionist people, they are responsible for the bloodshed.
That's where ancestors.
We lived in a beautiful peace.
What flag is that? Say that you're a Jew.
We lived in a beautiful peace with Palestinian people for hundreds of years.
How can you say that you're not a Jew? You're not a Jew. How dare you? How can you say that you're Jewish? How can you shame your own people?
You have a white person, right? Remember when they had, what's her name? I forgot her name, who came on with white fragility. All the white ignorants were screaming and crying. All of them, oh my God, I can't believe she would say that. It's always our fault. It's always Whitey's fault. What do? They absolutely torched her butt. But when it comes to black people, and we say, hey, this person is a Sambo. He's a self-hating black person. He's a minstrel show. What do they say? Well, It's called independent think. It's called a free thinker, Lucas. Okay, he's just an independent free thinker. All right, that's what you have to understand. Well, when we see Larry Elder, that's a coon. All he's doing is tap dancing for white dollars, for white Jewish dollars on top of that. Well, why do you always have to name call? Okay, that's an ad hominem attack. And when you say an ad hominem attack, that means you can't fight back his ideas. All right. Why is that? You ever notice that? You ever notice that when we try to censor our own, censor the anti-blacks of the black community, now we have everybody getting on us. We have everybody saying that we're the problem. They don't do that with any other group, bro. Damn. They don't even legitimize certain conspiracies or what they dub conspiracies. They don't even legitimize certain arguments with any type of discourse. So no, you can miss me with this. There are people you have discourse with, and those are people who are genuine. Those are people who may actually genuinely be misguided or somehow gotten incorrect information or somehow been in an echo chamber. I understand that happens. But with those people, upon them hearing an ounce of truth, they latch onto it and they go down the rabbit hole and they see the truth shall set them free. There are other people like this immigrant Angolan minstrel clown, all right, and his lineage, his mother and father and the rest of them that aren't genuine. They are sent here to kill, steal, and destroy, all right? They are evil and they are wicked. Best believe there were black people who were hunting down black people when it came to slavery, okay? We already talked about this ad nauseum in certain times when it came to a mandatory manumission, right? They would get a reward. Good job getting our property back, okay? Now you get to sleep in the house for tonight.
I miss you like a hog miss fly.
That's what's happening right now. And I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for what I said because I 100% believe it. I don't think these people should exist. I don't think a racist should exist. I don't think a Nazi should exist. I don't believe that the anti-Semites should exist. I don't think any of these people should exist because they are here to destroy this country and cause division. That's what they are here to do. And that is not what they want to sell me as America. That has nothing to do with it. That is hell on earth. That's what that is. Anyways, guys, that's a video. Let me know what you guys think. I don't care if you happen to agree with the minstrel show, you go ahead. Because I'm sure there's probably a whole bunch of non-blacks out there. They're like, hey, he's really one of the good ones. Okay, Lucas, he's one. I don't know what happened to you, but he's one of the good ones. And I see a bright future for that young man. I've heard it already. I've heard it. Y'all can take that and shove it up. All right. Anyways, we need to have a new generation of black people who don't allow this foolishness. So that other people that think that they can sponsor them or hire them, they get recourse as well. It's as simple as that. If you happen to disagree, you know where to find me. Thursday through Saturday, Disagreement Day. You can call in, we duke it out. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think. And subscribe. And that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
Wake up, nigga.